Welcome back, everybody. I am doing something today that I've been sharing with you guys. So I actually do my own dip powder nails now. This is something new. I already kind of started a little bit. This part I like to just jam out because it takes forever. I was changing sets. I've already filed. You can see these ones down and I'm working on these ones. So I'm probably not gonna record a lot of this part because it's really boring. I kind of got my setup here. You can see my stuff just all over the place. And yeah, I just sit here hunched over like a weirdo, just filing with nails with my electric file. So like I said, I won't do a lot of this part, but I will, after this part is over, I'll share with you guys kind of what I've been doing in the last year or so, specifically. And yeah, so I'll be back. I'm just gonna kind of show you guys my setup. Here's my box of stuff. Here's my box of dips. I haven't 100% chosen a color yet, so yeah. So right now I have I've shaved off the top layer of this glossy part of this, and I'm just gonna literally just let this sit in acetone. And yeah, so while these sit in acetone, it's probably a good time to chat. So I didn't realize it hadn't been since last May, since I posted a video. And the funny thing is now looking back, I remember I did record videos. I recorded videos. My dog's barking because you can hear me. I recorded videos for my bachelorette party. I was doing stuff for that, and all these different things. And I remember the app I was using to record them on, I didn't record them just on my camera and just upload them. I had an app that I was using and it wasn't processing them. So then I ended up with videos I couldn't upload. So I kind of just gave up at that point. So yeah, let's see. So last summer, Adam, he was working around Keystone, South Dakota at some touristy presidential wax museum. And he lived with me in Rapid for a little while. And then, yeah, the summer went by pretty quick. I was still working on Rapid City at the ICU. And then come August, we decided Adam was not gonna go back and teach in Montana because I didn't want to move to Montana after we got married, and I didn't want to do distance while we were married. So he decided not to go back and was gonna work at State Farm in Rapid City. But then we decided that we didn't want to live together for the last few months of our engagement because we were trying to intentionally not live together before getting married anyways, and that summer had already kind of broken that, and we were like, oh, whatever, we'll just out of convenience stick with this. But kind of just with a little conscious push from family, we were just why were we doing this to begin with, and why did we give up? So we felt like we were kind of giving up on ourselves in that situation. And this is just my words speaking. I'm not really sure how Adam feels about it looking back, but I know he said he's glad we decided not to live together for those last few months. So he went and lived with his best friend and was substitute teaching because it was August already, so there wasn't teaching jobs open. And then I stayed in the ICU. The weird part in October of last year, so October of 2022, my landlord had decided that they were going to raise rent is quite significantly. And for me, because they had like switched ownership, and for me specifically, because I was month to month, it was gonna raise my rent almost like $1,000, which I didn't have. So I had to move out of my apartment, and I was like, well, I only need to be in Rapid City until I get married, and you know, because that's where my job was. So I had a friend who had, it's more like a friend of a friend. I didn't know her super well. I'm gonna take a pause and, you know, I just have cotton pads and I just wipe some of it off. This takes more than just one time. It just does. This is the kind of tedious part. I do have a tool that I'll take out next round and start scraping, but this one I just try to get that first layer off. Anyways, I had a friend of a friend, and I knew her kind of, who had an attic space in the house that they had that wasn't being used. They had a bed in it and everything. It was like a little twin size bed. Like my head hit the ceiling when I was in there. So I stayed there from October to December, trying to figure out what I was gonna do post, you know, when we got married. So, cause at the same time, Adam had gotten a job in October, around the same time. When I moved out of my apartment, he moved out of his friend's place, cause he got a job working for the state in Pierre. He's like, well, I can't just substitute teach for this whole time. So he got a state job in Pierre and was really excited about it and moved to Pierre. Got this little shabby apartment that, like, because he got hired beginning of October, had to be there by the middle of October, so we had to move really quickly. And we had to find a place that allowed our 140-pound dog at the time. So, yeah, oh my gosh, this is so long ago, because Duke was only a puppy, but he was a big puppy. So yeah, because we got Duke. I don't know if I have that on here either. We got our dog last summer in July. He grew so fast. He grew from like a tiny little thing you can hold in your lap to something just massive. He's so tall. Anyways, we love Duke. And then the time when I moved out of my apartment into the attic, my sister had to take my cat because I couldn't have my cat. Oh, there's so much reliving all this. Yeah, this is gonna be a long video. Just kind of replaying all this in my head. So Adam was working in Pierre. I was living in this attic. Things are going well. Getting ready for wedding. We had our bachelorette. We did a combined bachelorette party in November in Scottsdale. So fun. We just rented out a house, had all of our friends and their girlfriends and boyfriends, whatever, come, and we just rented a house for the weekend. The boys did some stuff together on Saturday. The girls did some stuff together on Saturday. Other than that, we were all together. So much fun. And then when I was deciding whether or not, job-wise, because I'm gonna open this with my teeth, don't hurt me. Because I was still working at the ICU, but I was like, what do I do when we get married? Because I don't have, the place I was staying was only available until I got married. And so I was like, do I live with my husband and then come back to Rapid City to work 2 hours away? I have this little tool now that I'm just gonna like scrape this stuff with. I just scrape off. Anyways, I'm gonna be looking down. Actually, I could probably point you guys down too. You can see some of the color in there. So I was trying to decide, do I work in Rapid and live in Pierre? Do I get a job in Pierre? Like, what do I do? Because I still had a contract
with Rapid City. But then the longer I prayed about it, it was just like, this is not gonna work. Like living like away from my husband 6 days in a row every other week just like doesn't seem right. So I started looking for new jobs and just was gonna pay back my contract. And I actually found one pretty quickly. There was an assisted living that I applied at that needed an assistant clinical services director. And after kind of a lofty process of that interviewing, I did get that job. So my last day in the ICU was Christmas Day before my wedding on December 30th. So that was kind of an odd transition because I did technically put in a 30-day notice, but for a large portion of it, I had already taken PTO for my wedding and honeymoon. So I didn't actually need to work out my whole 30 days because I had taken PTO. And it turned out that I just kind of paid them out my PTO bank, and that paid back quite a bit of, so this is what they look like now, and I'm gonna put them back in here. So I paid out my PTO bank to the hospital, and I actually ended up, they never contacted me to pay more, so I'm not gonna be mad about it. Yeah, so that gets us to our wedding day. Just wild, reliving all that. So post-wedding, we had the best wedding ever. It was so much fun. We had so many friends. Our dance floor was just so packed, just lit. It was so fun. We left for our honeymoon January 1st. We got married on the 30th. And we went to Disney World. We did Disney World and Universal Studios. So Universal Studios was Tuesday. We got there Sunday evening. We just like kind of relaxed and checked out the area. We stayed on resort, which was totally worth it. Monday we went to Hollywood Studios. Tuesday we went to Universal. Wednesday was my birthday and we did Magic Kingdom, which was so magical. And then Thursday we did Epcot, and then Friday we flew home, and just magic. So that was just wonderful. So we were living in Pierre. We both had jobs. I started my job like a week after that we got back. But over the time we got married, administration had changed for Adam. Someone new got hired. So that was kind of a bummer for him because a lot of his coworkers had gotten fired or quit or whatever. But yeah, so we were trucking along in Pierre. Yeah, so, but from Pierre to here, yeah, a lot has happened in the last 9 months. So essentially I get them to looking like this, just having all the color base off. And then I'll do the same on the other hand. Okay, after this mess, we are prepped, kind of. Well, we have the color off. Now it's time for prep. So I also have to decide what shape I want my nails this time. We did an oval last time. I don't know if I'm still loving it or not. So prep essentially consists of I do a cuticle softener and then push back my cuticles with my handy dandy cuticle pusher. And then I prep my nail beds with filing around my nails and shaping and filing, just a lot of shaping and filing. So I might show you like one nail. It's a lot of work, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is not for the faint of heart. Like, I'm gonna be honest. So I'm literally just, there are days I can do this in an hour. Today's not one of those days, especially as my nails get longer. It's just, there's so much more prep, there's so much more cleaning. It's just, it's a vibe. So I will probably be back when I show you how my nails look then, and then we'll get back to the story of where I was for the last 9 months of this year. And yeah, I love you.